Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe now my channel and see videos. Stay tuned for new videos and encourage others to watch my channel videos. November 21st is a big deal for Chrisley Knows Best fans as Todd and Julie Chrisley's conviction sentencing concludes and the details are revealed. As fans know, Todd and Julie's legal team have been working around the clock in an attempt to get the guilty verdict thrown out. While the reality TV couple did manage to get their sentencing delayed, the big day has finally arrived. What punishment will Todd and Julie Chrisley receive for being found guilty of tax evasion and bank fraud? Will the Chrisley Knows Best star spend time behind bars? What kind of fees will the couple have to pay? Keep reading for the details as Todd and Julie Chrisley's conviction sentencing concludes. Chrisley Knows Best stars Todd and Julie return to court today, Monday, November 21, for their sentencing hearing. Per Fox 5 Atlanta, the prosecutor wants Todd Chrisley to serve between 210 and 262 months behind bars, and the prosecutor wants Julie to serve 121 to 151 months behind bars. Presently, Todd and Julie's lawyers are arguing the reality TV stars deserve a new trial. Their legal team is arguing that an IRS officer's testimony was falsified because of the pressure she was under via the prosecution. Update: the federal judge has just issued the sentencing for both Todd and Julie Chrisley. Todd Chrisley has been sentenced to 12 years in prison, as well as an additional 16 months probation. Julie Chrisley was sentenced to 7 years in prison, plus an additional 16 months probation. What were they found guilty of exactly? Back in June of this year, a federal jury found Todd and Julie Chrisley guilty of conspiracy to defraud Atlanta banks. They were also found guilty of tax fraud. Per the prosecution, Todd and Julie Chrisley defrauded over $30 million from banks in Atlanta. The jury found that Todd and Julie Chrisley committed multiple fraud schemes for several years, and their accountant, Peter Tarantino, filed false corporate tax returns on their behalf. Are you surprised by the details of Todd and Julie Chrisley's conviction sentencing? Do you think the punishment fits the crime? Do you still believe the reality TV couple's argument that they were set up for these crimes? Let us know what you think of this end result in the comments down below. And keep coming back for more Chrisley Knows Best news. The gavel resounded through the courtroom, signaling the conclusion of a legal saga that had captivated the nation. Todd and Julie Chrisley, once the darlings of reality TV, sat side by side, their faces a mix of stoicism and uncertainty, as the judge pronounced the sentence that would determine the course of their future. After months of courtroom drama, the couple's conviction sentencing had finally come to an end. The air in the courtroom was thick with tension as the judge meticulously detailed the charges and the evidence that had led to the Chrisley's conviction. The once glamorous couple was now facing the consequences of their accountant's financial misdeeds, with the weight of the law bearing down on them. The charges ranged from conspiracy to commit tax evasion to wire fraud, with Todd and Julie Chrisley accused of being willing participants in a scheme that had allowed them to maintain a lifestyle far beyond their reported income. As the judge delved into the specifics of the case, the public was granted a rare glimpse into the intricate web of financial deceit that had ensnared the reality TV stars. The defense had fought vehemently, arguing that the Chrisleys were unwitting victims of their accountant's machinations. However, the prosecution painted a different picture, portraying the couple as active participants who had turned a blind eye to the financial irregularities that had fueled their opulent lifestyle. The sentencing proceedings became a courtroom spectacle, with supporters and detractors alike watching intently as the fate of the Chrisleys hung in the balance. The judge, after carefully considering the evidence and the arguments presented, finally announced the sentence that would shape the next chapter of Todd and Julie Chrisley's lives. Todd Chrisley, once the charismatic patriarch who dispensed witty one-liners on reality TV, now faced a sentence of several years in federal prison. The courtroom gasped in disbelief as the reality of the situation sank in. Julie, his wife and partner in both life and business, received a slightly lighter sentence but was nonetheless bound for incarceration. As the reality of their convictions set in, the Chrisleys' legal team immediately announced their intention to appeal. The battle had shifted from the courtroom to the appellate arena, with hopes of overturning the convictions and securing a more favorable outcome for the frenzy that had surrounded the trial continued unabated, with headlines screaming about the downfall of the once beloved reality TV stars. Social media buzzed with speculation, outrage, and support as fans and critics alike grappled with the shocking turn of events. The Chrisleys, who had once basked in the glow of the spotlight, now faced a harsh new reality. The extravagant lifestyle that had been the centerpiece of their reality show was now a distant memory, replaced by the stark confines of a legal battle that would redefine their legacy. In the aftermath of the sentencing, the Chrisleys retreated from the public eye. The cameras that had once followed their every move were now replaced by the cold, unyielding gaze of the legal system. Behind closed doors, the couple navigated the emotional tumult that accompanied the loss of freedom and the uncertain road that lay ahead. The appeals process unfolded over months, with legal experts dissecting the intricacies of the case. The Chrisleys' defense argued vehemently that the convictions were based on circumstantial evidence, and that the couple had been unfairly punished for the sins of their accountant. Meanwhile, the prosecution remained steadfast, asserting that justice had been served and that Todd and Julie Chrisley were responsible for the financial mismanagement that had led to their downfall. The legal wrangling played out in courtrooms and legal briefs, a high-stakes chess match with the couple's fate hanging in the balance. As the appeal reached its climax, public sentiment remained divided. Some sympathized with the Chrisleys, viewing them as victims of a rogue accountant, while others saw them as architects of their own demise, willfully blind to the financial machinations that had sustained their extravagant lifestyle. Ultimately, the appellate court upheld the convictions, leaving the Chrisleys with few options for recourse. The legal battle that had consumed their lives had reached its conclusion, and the reality TV stars now faced the daunting prospect of serving out their sentences. Todd and Julie Chrisley, once the epitome of success and excess, now found themselves behind bars, their glamorous facade shattered. The cameras that had once celebrated their every triumph now focused on the harsh reality of life in prison, a stark contrast to the opulence that had defined their previous existence. The public, once enamored with the Chrisleys' larger-than-life personalities, now grappled with the sobering truth that fame and fortune could be fleeting. The legal odyssey of Todd and Julie Chrisley served as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most charmed lives could be upended by the consequences of financial mismanagement. As the media circus surrounding the Chrisleys gradually faded, the couple faced the arduous task of rebuilding their lives from behind prison walls. The once glamorous reality TV stars now navigated a different kind of reality, one marked by confinement, introspection, and the challenge of redemption. The sentencing of Todd and Julie Chrisley marked the end of a chapter that had unfolded in public view, but it also signaled the beginning of a new narrative, one that would be defined by resilience, introspection, and the pursuit of a second chance. The couple, once known for their larger-than-life antics, now faced the formidable task of rewriting their story in the unforgiving confines of the legal system.